What is going on, y'all? This is going to be a PSA DNA personal submission reveal. This was sent off in September 2020, and they cataloged it mid to late November. And then I got it back, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago. So mid to late February ish. Um, so I don't know how many cards is here, but all of this is wrestling autographs. All of this is, I don't know what you'd call high-end wrestling autographs. I don't know, but all of these are just super cool to me, and I just can't wait to show y'all these. So this I got via TTM. This is a 1985 Wrestling All-Stars Jerry Lawler, which Jerry signs TTM still. Very, very good to us in the TTM community. Next is a 1985 Topps stickers, Iron Sheik, which is kind of funny because when I sent these off, the 1985 set hadn't done nothing yet. And now it has just blown up. And he also signed the back, which is kind of weird. If you remember on my channel, I don't remember what the video was called, but it was something like my largest collection buyout ever, or something along those lines. Someone had a ton of 1982 and 83 Wrestling All-Star cards that were all signed. And so I kind of picked the big ones out of that collection and sent them off to PSA DNA to get slabbed and authenticated, and this is kind of what we got here. So this is the 1985 WWF stickers, Jesse the Body Ventura, which I've been told he signs TTM, typically personalizes, but I've never taken the time to send to him. 1983 Wrestling All-Stars, Ricky Morton. So the significance of this card is Ricky Morton signs TTM. He actually signs TTM quite a bit. But when you send him this card, he exchanges it for a knockoff. I don't personally know this to be true, but I have heard this so many times, literally over 10 different times, 10 different people telling me that this wasn't going to be real and all that, because every time you do it, he sends you a reprint or a reproduction, whatever you want to call it, and he takes your real card. So pretty happy to get this one back slabbed in the dual service, which means they authenticated that the card is real, not a reprint. Moving on to the 1983 Wrestling All-Stars, Jake the Snake Roberts. He actually has a signing coming up, which I'm sending some items to, and I plan on sending him 2 more of those. An 83 Jimmy Hart. This is my first Jimmy Hart authenticated autograph, so really, really tickled to add this to the collection. 83 Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I actually sent 4 cards, I believe it was, to Ryan Fitterman at Fitterman Sports there in the Houston area about 2 months ago, and got more of these signed. So these cards have absolutely just went insane, man. When Canadian Mike and I started our wrestling venture about a year ago now, you could get those 82 Wrestling All-Star sets, the Series A with Hogan rookie and Flair rookie, Andre the Giant rookie, for I'd say about 1,500, 1,800. Condition always is a big factor. And then I got in super late on buying that stuff, and I bought a Series A set last September for $3,000, which at the time I was telling my friends, like, I think I've absolutely lost my ever-loving mind. And now, I mean, and the condition on the set I bought was just insane. It was so freaking nice. And these cards just keep, I mean, it's not like a rocket ship or anything, but I mean, they're just slowly ticking up. So this card here, this is the 1982 Wrestling All-Stars Sweet Brown Sugar. You might know him as Coco Beware. This was in the set as well, or the collection that I bought. And then these 2, I actually sent off via TTM. So 3 Coco Bewares, or Sweet Brown Sugar, whatever you want to call them. And then these go back into the collection I purchased. The 1982 Series B Greg the Hammer Valentine. The Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant. Tito Santana. I was really happy to get this one back authenticated because I had no clue what his autograph looked like. But this is the 1982 Wrestling All-Stars Paul Orndorff, who passed away, I believe it was a couple of years ago. I could be wrong on that, but I know he passed away in the past. Let's see, this one was in the collection, and this one was via TTM, which I sent a blue Sharpie, and he inscribed Hall of Fame. So I don't know, I haven't learned yet if wrestling fans like when wrestlers sign Hall of Fame or not. There's a lot of people that think that the Hall of Fame in wrestling is a spoof, is a joke, is a money grab. I've heard it from good authority that Vince McMahon and WWE is actually trying to get together a brick and mortar Hall of Fame soon, and that's part of the whole TV show that they're doing, where I believe it's Triple H and Stephanie McMahon are going around the country trying to buy relics and stuff. That's kind of a, from what I understand, like a facade or cover up for what they're actually trying to do, the big picture, which is build a not a pro football Hall of Fame, a wrestling Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame. There's already one in Grand Prairie, Texas. That's the Wrestling Hall of Fame, so don't get those confused. Next is the Destroyer, which I think this autograph is really cool. Look at check out that D. Oh yeah, check out that D right there. But in the middle of that D, he put a smiley face with eyes and all that. So very, very different, yet really cool signature. Jerry the King Lawler, he signs TTM as well, but I believe this one was a purchase, was part of that collection. Bill Dundee, another guy that I had no clue what his signature looked like, just kind of threw this out there to see if they would slab it and authenticate it. Second to last, Mr. Terry Funk, Mr. Hardcore himself. Read lately he's not in the best of health, and what was it, about a month ago or 3 weeks ago, they put out on his social media that he's no longer signing his fan mail, that he just couldn't keep up with it. That with the mixture of the poor health, just too much. So that makes this even more sweet to be able to get this back in the collection. And last but not least, my favorite wrestler of all time, Mr. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. This is before he was the $1 Million Man. So really happy to add those. If you've been following kind of the craziness that's going on, I mean, you can't watch a YouTube video in the community these days without people talking about money and the market and prices and investing and flipping and what's the next big thing and holy hell. But wrestling has been extremely, extremely fun to follow what is going on. You just never know what's going to, pop off next. Kind of a key, or another prime example is I bought these from a guy in Serbia. It was over a month ago. And these are the 1992 Merlin stickers, WWF stickers. These were never released in the States. I have 3 boxes. I don't want to say unopened boxes because they didn't seal these, but all the packs are in there and fresh, minty fresh. So I bought these for what ended up being around $45 a piece. Shipping was a peach, let me tell you. Shipping from Serbia was not fun because those things are kind of heavy. But those boxes have gone up. And then here in the past couple days, someone said that Owen Hart's first card, where he's by himself, is in that, and those cards are going for stickers, not cards. Those stickers are going for about $40 a piece on eBay. At least they were. Now you can't find them. So it seems like right now, if you just buy something and wait 2 weeks, it's the next big thing. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's extremely fun. PSA hiked their prices up, as everyone is aware of. Um, I mean, you kind of had to see it coming. Um, you just don't get flooded and bombarded like that without having to do something. And I mean, it's a supply and demand issue. Anyone that has a business background, it definitely shouldn't have shocked you. Supply and demand. Okay, so once there's a supply and there's a demand, if there's the demand overdoes the supply, you freaking pretty much name whatever you want for that supply, or in this case, a service. So that is that. Until next time, adios, be safe, bye bye, toodles. Thanks for watching, you guys.